Yo, Breezie.
Yo,
It's
yo.
Friday, fool. You know what that means?
Yes, sir. Time to turn up. Let's review, baby. Yo, what's going on, 49er faithful? We touching down on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Mike, what's going on, baby? Welcome to the BAM Show, everybody. Welcome to the BAM Show.
Yeah, man. Another day in paradise. Out here just enjoying it, getting ready for this weekend. It's going to be a fun-filled weekend. I can't wait, man. I'm getting excited, man. So I'm ready to jump into these guys. But before we do that, Wayne, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing really good. Got some work I got to get done this weekend, but it's the weekend before the draft, right? So I'm excited to get this work done and really get into that draft stuff next week. So it's gonna be what a great week we got planned for next week. Let's get down to this mock draft. Let's review this joint, man. Monday was fun because we did some wheeling and dealing. We actually traded Brandon Ayuk, and speaking of that, like Brandon Ayuk today on his Instagram. Posted, what did it say? Six days to fireworks.
Six days till fireworks.
6 days to fireworks. So for those out there, man, hey, it is. Will Brandon Ayuk be traded? Will Brandon Ayuk be extended? Will Brandon Ayuk still remain a fifth-year option? We don't know, but there will be some fireworks in 6 days because the San Francisco 49ers will be drafting at 8 p.m. closer to around that 10 p.m. mark.
Probably 10:30ish.
10:30ish, yeah. So we'll be drafted unless we trade up. Unless there's some fireworks. More like
it's
gunshots.
crazy because, you think he was talking about the Niners? You think he was talking about a trade and all that stuff?
Absolutely.
See,
I don't know if he was talking about a trade, but he was definitely talking about the Niners. I'm gonna keep it as general as that.
All right. I don't know. I don't think he's getting paid anytime soon. What's the Niners cap space? Do we have any idea?
No, but I don't think any. Like I said, he's talking about the Niners. I don't know if it's trade. I don't know if it's extension. I just know he's referring to the 49ers. Whether they're going to be drafting, whatever it is, he's talking about the 49ers. And I do want to report that it was reported that he is not participating in the voluntary workouts. So we'll leave that.
I thought he showed up. He reported on Monday but didn't do anything.
He's not participating. I didn't say he didn't report. I said he's not participating.
I see. Okay, so we play. Okay. All right, cool. Well, listen, man, I don't care.
And when he posted that day one picture, I really was going to comment. Brandon Ayuk's going on a blocking spree. I was really going to comment that he was showing up to his first day at Applebee's. But that's what I was going to post, but then I ain't want to, make people upset.
Oh snap! Wayne out here trying to start some ish.
You want to be starting something? Got to be starting something.
Yo, I've had Michael Jackson stuck in my head all day long. It's crazy.
That's good. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. That's a great thing. All right, Mike. So look, I thought Monday we had a dope mock draft, and let's get down to it, man. Because we traded Brandon Ayuk to the Jacksonville Jaguars, as you can see, for their first round pick and their second round pick. So we got pick 17 and pick 48, and we kept our first round pick. So we had 2 first round picks in this draft. Sounds familiar. Mike, let's talk about him, man. Let's break him down. Let's get to him, baby.
Yeah,
Troy Fautanu from
Washington,
the stud tackle.
Yeah, 6'3", 317 guy comes in here. Definitely a top 25 prospect. Fit right where we drafted him, looking for that tackle. And he's got this impressive RAS score of 99.45, man. That's solid, man. That is solid.
9.45?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That is pretty solid. Listen, man, the 49ers, he's a top tackle, top 5 tackle to be on top of that, like to be exact, right? And so he's definitely going to go top 25. He's going to be one of the 25 players off the board, so he's definitely going first round. And he was here at pick 17, and it made sense for the 49ers to get a top tier guy at this point for either now or future purposes. You know, we talk about Trent Williams retiring soon. We're talking about a guy that could take over for Colton McKivitz, who has an extra year now. But you get a Troy Fontana. I wouldn't be surprised if they double up in real life, if they were able to get a guy like Troy Fontana and double up and get another tackle, guy that plays solidly more on that right side. He was their left tackle. We talk about their right tackle and Roger Rosengarten as well. But he was the guy that typically wasn't protecting the blind side of Michael Penix Jr. over there in Washington. But you get a stud tackle and Troy Fontana. I think that was a solid pick. We got an A+ for that.
No concerns over his size. That 6'3", Rashawn Slater type. No.
Nah, man. Rashawn Slater's been a monster in the NFL. And Troy Fontana will come in and be a monster as well in the NFL. 6'3". I know you want your offensive lineman to be a little taller. 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", in that range. This kid is stout though. The fact that he's shorter though might even help benefit him getting up underneath those defensive linemen, because they kind of are the same height, and so this might work in his favor.
Okay. All right, A+ pick there. Next pick up was cornerback Kool-Aid McKinstry.
I love this kid, man. What's his real name, Mike? Like Jaquincy
McKinstry.
I hope we said that right, Kool-Aid. And I hope you don't mind us just calling you Kool-Aid, because that's what it says. But Jaquincy got an A for this pick.
Yeah, so, the young guy, 5'11", 199, ran a 4.5, 240. And his RAS score, now this was a little bit disappointing to me, a 7.54. He may be the lowest of all the guys that we drafted in this whole project here.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, he's coming off the foot injury, so he has to have surgery on his foot. And if you don't know what happened, he ended up hurting his foot. I think it was in the Michigan game. If I'm not mistaken. He still played the game, still finished the game out. He didn't participate in the combine, so these are pro day numbers you're talking about. I thought he ran a 4.4 something in his pro day, like a 4.47, 4.45 to 4.47. I think you said 4.5, but he ran a little faster. I think it's the only thing you cared about. I mean, as far as everything else, like, he wasn't going to be as explosive. But this is a lockdown corner you're talking about. This is a guy that you can count on that outside. They'll test him, and he won't give up those catches, right? And so that's what you get from Kool-Aid McKinstry. And when you look at the San Francisco 49ers, like, they go from having a top tier guy and free agent, which they signed in Mooney Ward, who they may be letting walk in 2025. And then you look at, like, they're going to have to make a choice, bring back, maybe re-sign Deamador Lenore. And so then now that frees up, because you got a new guy that could come in and relieve some cap space with a rookie. I think it's really good that the Niners go out and get a top tier corner in this particular draft, something that they rarely ever do. They really don't address the cornerback until like that third round compensatory pick type of thing, third to fourth round. But if Kool-Aid is there and they can get him at 31, I say this is a heck yeah, man. This is a hell yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin, hell yeah. I need to get that soundbite. But we got an A for this, Mike.
Yeah, no complaints here, man. A position of need, maybe not this year, going into the future. Him coming off a foot injury seems like a match made in heaven, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree. Kool-Aid will make everybody smile.
Oh yeah.
So we get to the second round, and in the second round, we had a couple of second round picks. Now, did we trade back? We made another trade with the Steelers here in the second round. We moved back 2 spots, and we picked up. We lost one of our 4th round picks somehow. It looks like we received a 4th round pick. So we gave up 48 and we got 51 and pick 119 in round 4. And then we went to work. So we had 2 first rounders and 2 second rounders. Jatavian Sanders out of Texas. Talk about him, Mike.
Jatavian Sanders. This guy's a tight end. Comes in here. I'm going to start with the RAS score. 8.06. Not terrible, not great, but we've seen better. But it's what he's going to give you on film, man. 6'4", 243 pounds. This is a good guy. Get some good yards. He can be a red zone threat for you. Had big game versus the biggest competition. You know, he went out there and played against Alabama, and he was like, hey, I got to show up, man. You know, this is one of the tougher teams that we're going to play. Let me show up here.
Yeah, it was early in the season, did his thing. But you said it's 6'4", not undersized for tight end, but the way that the Niners will use him will be more of as a weapon. He's not a great blocker, pass blocker or run blocker, blocking type of a tight end. So you're not going to get what you're typically normally seeing with these tight ends for the San Francisco 49ers, but he can get open and he can get yak. And I'd rather have two yak tight ends out there than having just one yak tight end and one blocking tight end. Kind of makes you, all right, this is what they're going to do. They're going to block with George Kittle and then blah, blah, blah. No, you bring out two tight ends, you see 12 personnel come out there or 22 personnel or whatever. You want to see what these weapons can do. I like the pick, but they gave us a C+ for it. So PFF didn't like the pick.
You know, I think PFF didn't like us using the trades. Like, I was looking at 51 and 119, and they didn't grade them too high.
I don't know if they graded trades, but they graded the picks. So
right. Yeah.
They used to grade trades. We used to get the grades for the trades, but PFF gave us I would say a C+ is a B. Anything less than a B is a big B. But our original pick at pick 63, Mike, edge rusher out of Alabama. So we went to Alabama not once but two times in this draft, and you can see what the Alabama boys bring to the San Francisco 49ers. Chris Broswell, Mike, got a chance to meet with him, talk to him at the Senior Bowl. Could play 3-4, could play 4-3. It's a good kid. Good kid. What you got on him?
8.67 on the RAS score. Pretty good for a big guy. I'm not mad at that at all. 6'3". What'd you say his weight was? 255-ish? He's not bad. 8 sacks and 3 forced fumbles and an interception. Plus he bats balls down, man. This is the kind of guy you need out there opposite of Nick Bosa, man. Unleash the beast and let him feast. That's the way I feel about Chris Broswell.
Yeah, you just need a fire starter, right? Like a guy that will demand or command attention from the offensive line. Like, make the offensive game scheme come toward this guy. If you leave him one-on-one, he's going to have his way, right? If you don't leave him one-on-one, good, because now this allows that defensive line of the 49ers to feast. I think he'll come in with a good burst, bunch of energy, can cover if he needs to drop back into the flat to cover that flat zone out there, or his ability to get to the quarterback is what we really care about with Chris Broswell. I think it's a good pick. We got an A for this one, man. So round of applause. Then we go on down to South Dakota, right? I don't know how they talk down there. We get Mason McCormick, guard out of South Dakota. You know what I'm saying? And so, Mike, what you got on my boy Mason? Mr. Seasoning himself.
I'm just going to talk about that RAS score, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I love this. 9.96. I wanted to let y'all know that ranks him 7th out of 1,523 guards since 1987.
Wow.
That is an insane number.
All right, so we talk about RAS, we talk about relative athletic scores. Those that watch the Patreon know I talk about that in the Friday Night Lights. This is how athletic these guys are. And I'm sorry, Kyle Shanahan wants athletic offensive linemen. It's just what it is. Actually, he wants all his players to be athletic. And so with Mason McCormick, you are getting not only are you getting athleticism, you're getting a versatile offensive lineman. He could play guard. He can kick in the center if need be. Also on top of that, this kid is strong. Like he's mean. And so like you're going to get strength, meanness, and athleticism bundled up. And I know that's just boring, right? It's boring picking an offensive lineman in the 3rd round, right, Mike? That's not boring to you?
Not to me. Listen, man.
As a top 100 player, Mike,
a
top 100. So we're saying Mason McCormick, and I'm not going against this. We're saying Mason McCormick is a top 100 player for the 49ers.
I never said that.
Well, we picked him in the 3rd round at pick 94.
We collectively did. The BAM show is saying he's a top 100 player. I told you I had my apprehensions about him personally, but I'm open to being wrong. I told you this is Mr. Tuggs. This is the guy who's pulling on his jersey every time I see him get up. So
Okay.
after every play,
got to
even if
get
he's
him a
not,
bigger. Got to get him a bigger jersey.
we got to get my man fitted right. You know what I'm saying? The NFL swag got to look nice on him when he's for the Niners wearing number 92.
I like this pick. I don't care what Mike says. All right, here we go. Got an A- too. Then we head down to North Kakalaki. Helicopter,
Yes,
take your shirt off. You know what I'm saying? A little
Raise
P.
up,
Pablo.
baby. Let's go.
Linebacker Cedric Gray. Now, we picked him with our extra pick that we received from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Cedric Gray,
This is crazy.
we got a D plus. I'm gonna get the booze out the way now. I don't know why this is a D plus, but talk about him, Mike.
He's got to be one of the top 5 interior linebackers in this entire draft. Top 3 in some people's boards. Like I don't understand what there is not to like about this kid. 6'1", 232. He is a tackle machine. He gets forced fumbles, interceptions, PBUs. This guy does a lot of everything. Now, he misses tackles. But, as a linebacker, who's not going to miss a couple tackles?
Dude, he has 100 missed tackles, bro. I think that's the red flag. It's got to be the red flag. I think it really is 100 missed tackles in his career. Like, he has a lot, but he over pursues a lot. But he has a lot of tackles too, like over 300 career tackles. Is that a 2-to-1 ratio? Like, I 2 to 3. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's pretty damn good.
I think he can get better though.
Absolutely. I love the pick. He's one of my top 5 linebackers, so I love the pick.
Check this out. His RAS score is only 8.19.
That's not only. Anytime you get above 8, you're golden, in my opinion.
But that was without agility testing.
Okay. So we don't know how agile he moves, side to side.
Yeah.
It's possibility.
Yeah.
Possibility.
Yeah,
I like the pick, but we got a D, so I got the booze out the way. But we it looked like we in the 4th round we kind of addressed some of the defenses, and we went with Cole Bishop at pick 124, safety out of Utah, and they gave us a B-. I guess we could do a single clap. But I like the pick though. I like the player and the pick. You're getting a good safety in round 4. Cole Bishop out of Utah. I like both safeties out of Utah, but they're definitely different. They're 2 different types, styles of players. Sione Vaki, Cole Bishop. What are your thoughts on Cole?
9.82 relative athletic score. You definitely want to see that. And this guy is someone who comes in here, a couple sacks and picks, a couple tackles, and he performed well at the combine. You know what I mean? He can be a good guy that's coming into blitz, a good run defender, gets that head down, nose down, and goes in there, and he's not afraid of contact. So I like him. I got nothing wrong with him, especially getting somebody this late in the draft, pick 124. I like him.
Yeah, man, this is a solid pick, and if he's there in the 4th round, I think the Niners need to go reach up and grab him like as quick as they can. Whether this is their original pick, 124, 132, 135. They could get a safety with this particular type of value at one of these picks. I think that's a bonus for the Niners. So we got the B- for him, and then we go down to Louisville. Where's Louisville? Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky. Yes, sir.
All right, so we go to Kentucky. We get my boy Isaac Guerendo, running back. They gave us a C on this. I'm gonna have to hit the booze. They gave us that's the booze sound. Wow. Anything less than a B, I said it's a booze sound. Interesting. All right. So Isaac Guerendo.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I feel like they just don't value running backs in the draft, period.
Okay.
Would you have him as a top 10 prospect if you think you had to grade
he's
all
one of
the
my
running
top
backs?
5 running backs. So
Oh, top 5. So, see, and this is what it comes down to, personal preference and what you're looking for in a guy. And if he's your top 5 guy at that position and you're getting him at pick 132, you're halfway through the draft, I think that's a win.
Yeah, I agree. I think what hurt him is he went to Louisville and, he split the carries with Jawar Jordan. And, but, for a kid that can run this fast, I think for me, I'm looking at speed from running backs. I'm looking at speed. I'm looking at, turnovers, obviously. And I'm looking at explosive runs. Like, I'm not going to front. And he has all three of them, like speed, not a lot of turnovers, and he got plenty of explosive runs in yards after contact. And you look at this kid, I'm saying to myself, man, so he just fits the San Francisco 49ers. And I think that they look for a running back that can give them some type of speed. They miss that outside zone running a lot. They did it with Christian McCaffrey, 4.47 guy, but now you can get a 4.32 guy in there. That's totally different. It's totally different getting outside to those edges.
And a 9.98 RAS.
You just wanted to make sure
because
he could jump through the
when
roof
it's that
too.
high.
Yeah,
like when it's that high, we gotta let them know.
Yeah,
like,
he can catch out of the backfield.
Crazy.
I mean, those things are there. I mean, I think he had over like 100, 200 yards receiving out of the backfield, which is uncommon in college. They don't really. That's not really their thing in college football. Like, they're not really trying to throw it to the backs. They will, but that's not something that they live off of like they do in the NFL.
Especially if you're splitting carries with somebody else.
Yeah, it's tough.
That says something.
It's tough. It's tough. So Isaac Orindo, man, they gave us we got some bad grades coming up here, man. We got a lot of booze going on. All right, so then we head out to California, man. Sunny side up, man. Southern California. I got the airplane sound. Hold up. I got the airplane. Yeah, we on that jet. Cali, here we come. Taj Washington. I get the boo. No, I don't. I'm lying. I don't understand the grade. I don't get it. Maybe because of where we picked them. There's no way Taj Washington is probably even gonna last this long. But I might what are you thinking? Let's pick 135, fourth round.
Yeah, I think we got him right in the right spot, man. Fourth round. I think this is about where he goes in real life. They're between 4 and 5. 5'10", 174, quicker than quick, small guy. Probably going to be a slot receiver in the NFL, right? Mm-hmm. But he's a feisty little fudger. I like him, man. He made some big plays for the Trojans. That's he's going to be a good guy out there. Oh, and his RAS score. Let me just tell y'all. Now, this is what I don't know if it's true. I've been trying to find it somewhere else. This says 4.73.
That it could have been some things that he just didn't test in. You have to pull up the chart. You know what I'm saying? So when you see these low RAS scores, they might not have ran the 40. They might not have did certain things. And so I could look it up for you though while you're talking if you want to continue to talk.
Yeah, so it says on his official joint, it says not applicable. So he didn't take enough to qualify. No 40-yard or split information recorded for the player. No agility testing recorded for this player either. So that's why it's that low. Like, they gave him zeros for it, and it just killed his numbers. So
yeah. So you could for those that do have RAS scores, if they participated and qualified for that, that's great. And if you see really low ones, it's because they probably didn't do anything. They missed out on certain events and didn't test for certain things. But I know what I see it on the film, though. I know what I see on the film. I thought he was a better receiver than Brendan Rice.
Do you think this is a Niners kind of guy? 8.3-inch hands, only 29-inch arms, wide receiver? Yeah,
because you're looking as far as him being his ability to get open. Look, you could look at the measurables. That's one thing, but I don't think the Niners really care about measurables. Obviously, they don't go for the taller tight ends. They don't care about measurables. They care about two things. Can you get your ass open? He can get open. This dude had over 1,000 yards as a number 2 receiver. He had more yards than the number 1 receiver on USC. Just make that make sense. So if Taj Washington had more yards, more receptions, more output, and he wasn't their number 1. Brendan Rice was their number 1. Brendan Rice had more touchdowns, but he had more production. So just, you get him into a right system. This is your Ray McCloud all over again. I can tell you, it is funny.
That's Jerry and John. Jerry Rice and John Taylor.
I felt like, oh shoot, I never thought about that. Yeah, you be spot on.
I love me some John Taylor too, but that's
me
funny
too,
to me.
man. Like, he was a dog too.
Yes, he was, and it was what a shadow to live under his whole career. Like, well, not his whole career, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
but it was unfortunate. I mean, like, he was that dude, but he was also playing with that dude. I thought they just complimented each other very well, man. I don't know if there was any locker room bickering beef or anything. I don't know, but when they were out on that football field, you didn't see any of it, and that's the only thing that mattered.
Right.
All right, then we doubled up.
Pushing, man. We backed up. Yeah.
We doubled up. We went for Taj. We went for another slot receiver, a 6'2" slot receiver, and Luke McCaffrey. we were like, bump that. Why? To replace Jawan Jennings next year, right? So that's why I looked
Yeah.
at it, right? You get a taller slot, you get a shorter slot, and you kind of work them in and work them out. But Luke McCaffrey, man, this is another. It's not a boo from us. We're just booing the grade. I want people to understand that we're booing the PFF grade. We're not booing the player. It's not what we do, unless they were Dookie. But yeah, Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah, 71 catches, just under 1,000 yards at 13 touchdowns. And I just continually by the way, very impressive RAS score. It was 9.56. I just tend to question on if we would know who he was without knowing who his family was. Like, I think that he would have a name for himself. The stats say so. You know what I'm saying? Like, but was he force fed? You know, was he really that guy over there? What do you think, man? Luke McCaffrey playing in Rice.
I mean, he only did 1 year there. I mean, he was at another school. Prior to that, he transferred to Rice. I mean, I remember he played quarterback. It's kind of hard to ask that question because he is a McCaffrey, so he's going to but not all the McCaffreys pan out to be something in the NFL. Like, you know what I mean? So the question is, like, is he going to be one of the good McCaffreys, the elite McCaffreys? I felt like his pops was good. Ed was good, but Christian is elite, and I think his brother also played in the NFL too. They had another brother, and I don't think he was good. So the question is, where you're going to get from Luke? I mean, his production tells you, like, he is a hard-nosed football player that can ball out. Great hands, great separation, big guy. He can smooth in the slot. He might be one of the smoothest slot receivers out there. Can line him up on the outside, can battle for contested catches or whatnot. I could tell you what, just based off of his pedigree, I mean, he's pretty strong, but I mean, to answer your question, I mean, it's kind of hard to say because he's a McCaffrey and there's only one McCaffrey. Like, so when you say the word McCaffrey, you related to Christian, you related to Ed, like those are the names that are going to pop up.
For sure.
And if the Niners are able to get him, this will be that legacy player that they were able to get. And it counts because his father played for the Niners, you know.
You know how there's usually like a theme for like naming sons, like everyone start with the same letter, or it's a biblical thing. Like, you think theirs was biblical? What's the brother's name? It's Christian. It's Luke. It's not something like Brian or something like that, is it? Like, I don't know why that popped in my head right now. I know it's the most random.
It's
time.
Max. It's Max.
Max McCaffrey. Max. I don't know what they named their kids after. I don't know.
Maximilian. I wonder if that was his full name. But there's Dylan too.
Christian.
There's Max. There's Dylan. There's a Dylan McCaffrey. Dylan.
Dylan.
Is it Dylan or is it Dylan?
Is it Dylan?
Yeah, then it's Dylan. If it's Dylan, it's Dylan. If it's Dill,
I ain't fighting with
Dylan.
you, man. All right, that's fine. That's fine with me. Dylan.
Yeah.
All right, so there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's cool. It's cool. All right, I was just wondering, man. We'll keep it moving.
Then we head out to good old.
We got to stop them from booing us, man. Like, what do we got to do to not get booed?
We got to get to that 6th round pick. It looks like C plus. I think. Yeah, Tanner Bortolini, man. We head out to Wisconsin, man. He gets the clap. Same
that's
as
the one
B
clap.
minus. Yeah, you get the clap. All right. So Tanner Bortolini, man. Look, he's athletic as hell too, Mike. Yeah, his RAS score should be pretty decent.
9.78, baby. 33 out of 1,445 qualifying guards, man. That's beautiful.
And the funny thing is he plays center, right? And so now you got a guy that could come in and you could kick to guard year 1, year 2. He would be versatile. He had a great senior ball. He had a great combine as well. So that's what made his name really start sticking out. You started to see the athleticism, and that's where these centers kind of like make their mark. I remember Cam Jurgens 1 year. I think he was out of Nebraska. He ran like super hella fast. Now he plays for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he may be their starting center this year. It's so crazy, right? Like how this stuff works out. But I like Tanner Bortolini. I think he'll fit well with the San Francisco 49ers.
He is a top 10 guard center in this year's draft, in my opinion, and it's crazy because he should be available in between the 4th and 6th rounds of this draft. Like, it's just the value that they have on this position is absolutely insane.
I agree.
It's crazy.
I agree.
It's crazy.
All right, We going
Wisconsin. Is that where Russell Wilson went? Did Russell Wilson go to Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Huh. How about that? That's nasty.
I felt like he went to
why
two
I know
schools.
That. He did, right? He transferred. I think I dated a girl that was going to Wisconsin at the time. Russell Wilson was. I think that's
Wisconsin.
why I know that.
Interesting. Got any
That's
cheese? All right. So we head to South Carolina like that. We get that barbecue. My man Marcellus Dial. I like this corner. I don't know why he ranked so low, but we was able to snag him. Did we double up at corner? We sure enough did. We ain't stupid.
Oh, come on now. Come on now.
Not
you
dumb.
know he got to do it. He
Yeah.
got to do it now.
He get the claps. Marcellus Dial, man. What you got on this kid, man?
This guy is a top 20 corner prospect in this year's draft.
Top 20?
He's gonna be a shiner. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's gonna shine, man. He's gonna
Interesting.
Shine. 5'11", 190. If there's anything to not like about him, it's gonna be his size. But
he fits
he's
the
gonna be
Niners.
okay. He played pretty good in 2022 when playing opposite of Cam Sutton. He's going to continue to play pretty good. I think he's going to be a patient guy. Not the most athletic guy, 8.76 RAS, but that's still not bad. That is still not bad at all. So,
I think Mike, your expectation for RAS, like, dude, if they over an 8, they're athletic. If they're
I'm saying not bad. Like, that's good. I'm just not excited because it's not the 9s. Like the 9s is what get me excited.
But it was close to a 9. It wasn't a low 8.
Yeah, it's true. Much closer to 9 than it was 8. That's true. That's true.
Okay.
That boy good. That boy's good.
I think he'd be good. Then we close out this draft with my boy Kaitan Oladapo, out of Oregon State, Beaver dude, 200 plus pounds. This dude's a thumper though. Like he's a thumper type of safety. Great tackler. So what are your thoughts on the Niners closing out? Did we address the safety twice? We sure enough did.
Twice,
We
man.
are
Come
not
on, man.
stupid.
Look, we know what we need to do, man.
F that PFF grade. We clapping ourselves.
And the overall grade wasn't bad for PFF. Let's be honest. Like the overall
I have no
grade,
idea how it ended up being an A minus, but I think because we had we had 15 picks and 12 picks. I think
1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 A's, 2 B's, and a couple C pluses. I mean, we help boost it up. Anyway, Kaitan, man, my guy Kaitan, 6'2", 219 is what I have written down here. And he's just he's a good dude out here. You know, he's a physical guy, PPUs and interceptions. He's gonna get 80 tackles. This is what he's gonna do. Like, this guy is gonna go out there. Wayne talked about it when we drafted him. You want a tackling machine. 70 plus 1 year, 80 plus another year. Like, that's what you want. And he's a guy that's gonna have his nose around the ball at all times. That's what you want from your safety coming out there. And then cherry on top, 8.16 RAS, baby. Come on.
You sound a little bit more excited about that one because I mentioned if they get over.
You told me if it's 8, I had to adjust. You know, you got to learn as you go.
Because I didn't expect you to say the cherry on the top, 8.61. I thought you was going to say something a little bit higher. But yeah, look, athleticism is there. But you asking these guys to come out there and do, move, be able to move all over the field, get where they need to get to with their spots. The thing I like about him is he seeks the ball, sees ball, seeks ball, hunts ball, gets ball. Boom, 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 boom. And so, look, I think the Niners will eventually they have some playmakers on this particular. It's a big list. If their draft can somehow look something like this, the Niners will be set for 2025, 2026, and they'll just continue to, build the reins of how they want to draft. Man, I'm telling you, they're not drafting for 2024. Mike, I'm not saying that the offensive line, and I've been saying this consistently. I see it starting to come out a lot. I don't really talk much on the X anymore, but I do be up there, and I'm starting to see people come out and say, "Oh yeah, well, the offensive line may not be as bad as the way the public sees it. The 49ers may see it a little bit differently." And I'm saying to myself, "Yeah, I've been saying that, right?" And so it doesn't mean that we don't need to upgrade a piece here or there. We talk about the same offensive line that kept Brock relatively healthy, that kept Brock relatively unsacked, and that got us to a Super Bowl. Same offense. They brought the same offensive line back. I just want that now. Will they be better this year with more continuity, more experience? That's to be seen. But even if you add one of these new pieces, it's going to have to build continuity. You might be better as far as skill, but that means that Troy Fontano might not be able to go out there and just maul over these strong ass defensive linemen that's been in the league for a year or two or 5. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to watch, see what the 49ers do. But, Mike, what a great mock draft, man. Clap it up to you, bro. We got an A- too. Our first A. The first A. So, Mike,
I had a lot of fun doing it.
I think we got one more. And we got one. I think we should do one more. We got
I
Monday
think we should do it
coming up.
Thursday morning.
Nah, I would say let's just do it on Monday. We'll review it on Thursday. Yeah, because Monday will be to see if we get everything right.
All right. Okay. All right. We'll do it on Monday then. We'll knock it out on Monday. I'm going to have to do some research. We're going to be moving and shaking again. We're going to do what we think the Niners are really going to do.
And we got to see if we can get the picks, get the players right. And we might be doing a contest for those that do a mock draft, or whatever or whatnot. And then we're going to give away a free draft day cap, right? And so for those that get what we said, the first round pick right. If you get the first round pick right, I think that's what we're going to do. We'll talk it over the weekend. But we'll figure it out. We'll introduce it to you guys on Monday. But, man, what a great show, Mike.
Absolutely, man. This was fun, man. Listen, y'all, we're going to get up out of here. We hope you guys enjoy. Have a wonderful, fantastic weekend, y'all. Go out there, watch your boxing, UFC, or whatever it is that you're going to do this weekend. But above all of that, be safe, man. Wayne, had a blast, brother. Be good over there, okay? Live all the time, kicking it with the fam, bro. That's Breezie. I'm Mike. And this is The BAM Show. Peace.